Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Hey man, this is Kevin Smith, guy who makes all those unlistenable podcasts over at smodcast.com, and you're listening to the Two Strangers, One Podcast. This is podcasting.
He is a comic book nerd.
In brightest day and darkest night. We can learn a lot from comics.
She is a reality TV junkie.
No idea.
Snooki had her baby. A dollar makes me holla.
Chris likes sci-fi.
They do a brain transplant into this whole new body, but it's you.
Kristen likes celebrity gossip.
What do you
do? Oh, more breaking news?
Official. Official. Before it was just a rumor. Hey Stu, our Pats moved back in together.
What do they have in common? Nothing. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Now, here's Chris and Kristen.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen. We're back. Can't get rid of us.
Do you know what the secret to a happy marriage is?
No, I'm not even married.
And I'm divorced.
I'm not worried about that yet.
The secret to a happy marriage, ladies, let your man walk in the fucking door, take off his shoes, take off his jacket.
It's always the woman's fault.
I'm just saying, when I was married, one of the worst, and it's, I've noticed that still to this day. Like, I mean, I have a roommate and a stepson and stuff like that, and, you know, visiting my mom's house, and when I visit my mom's house, I'm basically there for a couple of days. There's a common courtesy.
Let you walk in, and then
let the man walk in. Let him take off his jacket. Let him take off his shoes. Let him get comfortable. Whatever your man wears around the house, he puts on his sweatpants.
That's the thing. We don't want you to get comfortable. We want you to do shit.
Well, no, okay. Well, even when it comes to, I mean, even then, I mean, depending on your man, sometimes your man will be wearing what he wears. Like, he'll do home chores wearing the clothes he was wearing from work. But a guy like me, I mean, I've been unemployed for the past
When you come home from
months.
work, Chris?
When I did come home from work, when I come home from hard days of podcasting,
I just want to be left alone.
well, it's, you know, I don't want to do house chores in the same clothes as my work clothes.
Yeah, you want to change to get comfy.
And so, ladies, if you do this,
Stop.
you're
gonna ruin your marriage.
You have to pay attention to what you're doing. Now, don't get me wrong. Your husband needs to do whatever his job is. I mean, this is now, of course, in modern days, you know, both men and women have jobs, but usually, I've always been in my experience where I come home after my wife, or I come home after my significant other.
Yeah.
Let the man take off his fucking jacket. Let him get comfortable. Let him put on his slippers. Let him put on his sweatpants. Whatever the hell he wears around the house. When you walk right in the door and, like, their eyes light up to see you, but for the wrong reason, because this shit has been building up all day, and now that they see you, they want to break the dam, and you got to hear about what happened at work today, and this and that, and you got to hear what my mom said, and this fucking bitch at work said, and my friend said, and this and this and that. Give the guy 2 seconds to decompress. He has come home. A man's home is his castle.
What about the other way around? I come home after the husband, and the husband's bombarding me. Make dinner.
Oh, well,
wipe the kid's ass. You know what? Let me sit out.
In the same,
you got it, Chris?
For guys in the same vein, and you know, don't, when your significant other comes home, and I guess even this applies to gay couples, you know, when your significant other gets home,
let him settle in.
Give him a fucking minute to get.
Chris, did something happen? Do you want to get something off your chest?
It's just
who bombarded you? Who was it?
Well, sometimes it's my mom. Like when I went, like I've been staying at my mom's house. And other times it's been my stepson, you know, like, you know, and I don't want to be rude.
Of all ages.
I'm out and I'm taking care of stuff and I'm getting things done, you know, at least like my baby, she's a baby, she doesn't know any better. But you know, like.
What is she telling you to do?
Jesus Christ, I walk, you know, you walk in the door. And I had this problem with my ex-wife. Like, you know, she would see me and her eyes light up, but like I said, not a good
not
way.
For
like, oh, you got to hear what happened at work today, and you got to take care of this, and the garbage needs to be put out. Let a man come in, I'll rephrase that to be include all sexes. When your significant other comes in from wherever they were doing, especially if you know that they're coming from work or some sort of, or running errands or running chores, give them a second to get comfortable. Take off their shoes, put on their slippers, put on their sweatpants, whatever it is,
Get naked.
Because if you do that, I guarantee you're going to have a longer lasting relationship. And I think I'm
that nagging side.
helping all our listeners out there by
helping
saying
you with
that
your relationships.
It's relationship advice from a guy that's
what we're here to do.
divorced
That's
and,
divorce.
You know.
That's what we're here to do.
It's just, I don't know.
Something, too, I read
That's
that
the secret
might
to a happy
help
marriage.
men with women, it's supposed to, supposedly,
Mm-hmm.
is J&D Foods, whoever the hell that is, they made a bacon-scented shaving cream, and that's supposed to help attract women. I mean, I enjoy bacon, but I don't know if that's to attract women.
I would think if they made it, if it was for women to attract men.
Right, that's what I thought I was going to read, but no, it's for a shaving cream for men.
Women shave. They shave their legs, they shave their armpits.
What do they say? He's like, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so when they smell that and, you know, their eyes will light up and it just kind of would draw their attention. I'm like, no, I would just get hungry. I mean, I would just want the bacon. I love bacon, but I don't know about dating someone who constantly smells like it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't think I'm into that.
Now, how awesome would it be, for a woman, if she shaves down there
with bacon,
and now it smells like bacon?
I'm eating a BLT.
It's a bacon fish sandwich now. Yeah, it was. Like I said, I would see it for women to attract men. Not men
but when I read it, it was the other way around.
Chocolate
yeah, I can get on that. Certain time of the month,
shaving
girls
cream.
would love that if you wore it.
Some women like coffee. Some women. I'm trying to think. What other? I don't know. I'm trying to think of Yankee Candle.
A Big Mac.
Vanilla.
Next, there's gonna be Big Mac shaving cream, French fry shaving cream, cookie dough shaving cream.
What's that?
I can get online with a cookie dough shaving cream.
Cookie dough.
Trademark it.
What's the other? You know. Just all those,
random stuff.
Crushed velvet or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know.
Crushed velvet? What does that smell like?
I don't know.
Do you know Brianna Banks?
Brianna Banks, is that a porn star?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course he knew. You know, he's acting like, oh, is that a porn star? He knew.
I've been, once again, recently, I've been listening, I'm traveling back and forth. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and recently, a lot of porn stars have been on podcasts recently, or maybe it's just in the shows I listen to.
Oh, yeah.
And
maybe check what you're listening to. Yeah. Now, do you know any of her movies? Because I read the movies that she's known for, and they were great titles.
I'm the kind of guy, and I'm the person that's contributing to the death of pornography. Where I go to all the tube channels.
Okay,
so there's no personality. It's whatever I'm in the mood for that night. Cream pies, three ways, midgets,
bears,
bears, dancing bear. There's one called Dancing Bear, which is awesome.
Oh.
Well, no,
can't even get on board.
You know what it is?
The three
it's one
bears.
called Dancing Bear, where it's a guy who's a male stripper. Okay, and he wears he comes out in a bear costume.
Okay,
but he takes off the rest of the costume, and leaves the head on. Now, obviously, this is all set up and fake. But it's like a girl's bachelorette party.
Okay, and then he ends up...
And all the girls take turns blowing him while he's dancing.
Now, I have a bachelorette party to go this coming Saturday.
Uh-huh.
I hope it turns out that way.
There
is a bear that shows up, and we all take turns in the limo. That's what I paid for.
I mean, real self-respecting women wouldn't blow a guy in front of their friends. What the hell is
this guy, and why does he have a boner?
Well, I mean, I can understand maybe one or two, or, there are
everybody's
those girls
taking a turn.
I'm
sorry.
I don't want to slut shame anybody. Yes, I do. I want to slut shame.
We're not only sucking a man's cock, but now we're all getting our own spit on it.
Women aren't gonna blow. You're not gonna blow a guy in front of another girl.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Even I don't know. That's just something. But it's a video, and it's you watching a guy getting blown. I don't know. I'm an oral guy. I like watching oral sex.
He has that oral fixation.
And so watching that, and it's all now. What happens is that you could tell the girls that are going to blow him on the video. Because I think what they do is, they do have
maybe some
random other girls that aren't porn stars. And,
throw in the ones ready to go.
It must be, they probably tell these girls, look, you're going to sit there in the background with a whole bunch of other women. It's going to be all women. And these girls are going to blow the guy. But we need you there to add to the numbers, so it looks like a bachelorette party, and you just sit there and cheer on while these girls blow the guy
for the blowjob.
And it's
How do I get?
Would you do that?
How could I be an extra?
They said,
porns?
you know, we'll
if
give
I was
you
just sitting in the background and I had to do nothing. Yeah, that's easy.
$100 to
and
sit
then
in the
that's
background.
Would be my pickup line. Yo, I was in a porn.
I was in a dancing bear porn.
You don't even know the shit I've seen.
So you would do it?
If I just
$100?
$100. No, it's gotta be at least. I mean, 1,000.
1,000?
I'm gonna
sit in the background while somebody else
the
gets
porn
blown?
industry is booming. No, it's going nowhere. They can pay extra for me. I gotta have some respect to sit in the back. I just be like, yeah, well, and just like talking to the other
because it appears that there are a lot of women in these videos, but only a certain few.
Certain
and obviously,
number are the
ones
pros.
who look like porn stars.
Obviously, the ones in great shape
with
and
the bigger tits
got
and,
their boobs and their lips and all that. That's not a real girl. That's not your average bachelorette party.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so the movie she was in.
So
is
Brianna Banks.
Was that the one with I'm sorry, not to cut you off. Was that the one with Charlie Sheen? Was she with Charlie Sheen?
I have no idea.
Time? Okay.
One of the goddesses or something. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because her mugshot, she had brown hair, and I think they were...
Mugshot?
Yeah, she's got mugshot going right now. The two movies that I read that she was in was Chinny Chinny Bang Bang.
Chinny Chinny Bang Bang.
And Veggie Burger.
Veggie Burger.
I mean, they're creative names. I'm always impressed by the creativity the porn industry comes up with.
Well, I mean...
Even though it's so easy, these names to come up with.
I mean, I guess, yes, there are Veggie Burger and, like, Edward Penis Hands and stuff like that. Like, I don't watch porn for, like, the goofy
for the
names.
creativity and the...
You know, that is kind of like... I mean, it is out there. I mean, they... In the not the past year, but, like, there was, like, a full-blown Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, there was like
parody,
a whole...
and it won all types of awards, and it's
now,
like...
a couple of guys I went to college with, they like loved the show Scrubs, and one of their friends had gotten this porn, and it was so like well directed, like even the characters looked like the characters on Scrubs, like
so Scrubs.
yeah, and they had like
parody.
the storyline. They all looked like it and talked like it. It was actually funny to watch. We're like, this is like this could be a like true television show if they cut out the porn because they all looked like the characters and acted like them. So it was really funny. A well directed porn. So
I mean, there is a Star Wars, and it's
straight up called, well, because as long as you add a porn parody to the name, you see, you call it porn it's called Star Wars a porn parody. So now that you add those extra words, a porn parody, they can't sue you.
Yeah.
Because there's like a parody.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
When something is declared to be an official parody, through free speech, you can't sue them. So there is a Star Wars. I believe it's called Star Wars XXX, a porn parody.
Sounds about right.
And it kind of, I guess, like the Scrubs one, it has a production value.
It was so funny to watch. I was like, you know, if they didn't just start doing it in the back room, this could totally be an episode. So this Brianna Banks got a DUI through a McDonald's drive-thru. Got a fender bender, and then the cops were called, and then they realized this bitch is drunk.
So going for
snacking after drinking.
Yeah. Like, the last place you should see, like, a skinny hot girl porn star is at McDonald's. She's probably like, shit, I'm drunk, I'm getting arrested for that, and I got busted at McDonald's.
She's probably gonna, like, slap the person that said, let's go to McDonald's!
Right.
Unless it was her idea.
I think it was just her. I don't know. I don't know what really happened there. I don't follow her too much.
Yeah, I mean, the name sounds familiar, but...
Oh, you know
I'm
who
not,
she is. Don't
no,
try
I
to play
mean,
coy.
I don't... There are a few people...
that are known.
That I like, that I'll follow. Gia Paloma, Adriana Sage. Back in the day, there was a girl, Heather Hunter, who was like... had the impossible dimensions, like... And I don't... She didn't have... It wasn't plastic surgery. She was a thin black chick with, like, huge...
Really?
Good for her. Knockers. And now, I'm pretty sure she gets older, she'll
regret it.
She'll probably get bigger, but...
Speaking of porn, Hugh Hefner, still alive, A, and B, him and Crystal Harris, they're going to try it again. That was the one he broke off the engagement, or she did. They're going to get married now, New Year's Eve. So sorry, ladies. Hugh Hefner's going to be taken after the first of the year.
Now, one of the things, like I said, recently I've been listening to all these podcasts. Are you familiar with the new law they just came up with in California?
No, I haven't followed the California law in a while.
Well, I mean, during Election Day when all these things, like some states voted in marijuana.
Right, okay.
California, one of the things on the ballot was now people in the porn industry in California have to wear condoms in their pornos.
I've heard talks about that recently, and also had to get I don't know if it was mandatory or whatever company had to get STD and HIV.
Yeah, I mean that's just the old standard was STD, but now
okay, I like that. But we don't need
now with the results. Like if someone comes back positive or whatever, like before it would be just the company would control it and handle it. This one. They publish the results, they put you on blast.
Wow.
And that's to me, that's a violation of your privacy. You know.
Yeah, where does it go? In the paper?
I guess there's supposed to be some place where there's an official record or something like that.
Wow, and that's embarrassing.
I think that's a violation of your civil rights. I don't know. I mean, I know I've always
that's actually
and
especially if it's something that you can get cleared up, you know, like chlamydia or something, you gotta go, whatever. Okay, yeah, I got it, now I'm gonna go take care of it, but you're gonna publish it?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. And then, and now the crazy thing is all these porn stars don't want to talk about it because it's a very political thing, but I guess we could talk about it because, you know, well, I'm not, well, I'm gonna...
Don't want to they're gonna unionize in a
minute.
But
I mean, but how would you force people to wear condoms? It's not...
That's just sanitary, Chris. That should be happening. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to force and make that a law.
Yeah, and
if they're both agreeing, if they're two consenting adults saying we don't need it, that's fine.
And they're coming
but they just should.
And see, now that's where it gets a little weird because let's just say porn stars. All right, that's one thing, but you know there are some couples out there. You know, husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend who they work exclusively with their partner.
Okay,
and even they have to wear condoms.
Yeah, that shouldn't be. It should be more where they sign something like, we're two consenting, we don't need to wear one. Yeah, but now if you're just forcing it on, that's awkward.
It was
sorry, porn stars.
Originally endorsed by OSHA. Which
of course.
It is a workplace health hazard.
It is, yes. So, OSHA's taken over the porn industry.
OSHA.
That's really funny. Because you don't think of that for OSHA.
Condoms and pornos. I mean, Lord. It is a job. Yeah, it is a workplace.
Now when I see OSHA hazard. Rules, I'm gonna be like, all right, you worry about the porn industry, not me, okay? They're worried about...
When you're doing a porn, you have to wear the orange reflective vest.
Yeah, right? If you're out in public, you have to wear the orange vest.
The girl getting slammed into the headboard.
And a hard hat and stuff.
A hard hat and goggles.
Yeah.
You can't have
it's rules are rules.
Getting blasted in the eye.
Yeah, exactly. Porn isn't even going to be fun anymore because everybody's so, covered up by OSHA rules. Their equipment. It's I can't even tell if that's a girl or... OSHA says you need goggles.
Construction workers, fuck it.
Yeah, what is that? What are they working on? Well, God bless them.
Yeah, basically what it's going to do is it's going to drive all the porno industry out of Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're going to go somewhere else.
They'll go to Vegas. A 4-hour drive
easily,
and then you go to buy property out in the middle of the fucking desert. You know, they're
really shooting themselves in the foot.
I mean, I guess it doesn't. I guess it's one of those things where I should be worried about it because it will affect me in the future or whatever. I mean, it doesn't affect me directly right now. But it's I'm not happy with it. I don't think they should force these people to. I get why the person who says it, but there wasn't a problem. These regular, the major companies test and have a reputation.
Right, have a reputation for being, legit.
That's their livelihood. A real porn star isn't going to go out and fuck random people at the bar because...
They have some dignity.
It's
their business.
Yeah, I'm a slut, but I'm a slut for money.
Yeah. I'm going to do it when the camera's there, all right?
I'm a whore. You're
going to pay me,
I'm not going to jeopardize my whore...
Horribilities.
My whore reputation.
Yeah, my whore reputation. I have a good whore reputation, and I'm not ruining that. Well, that stinks.
Yeah.
Also, another thing which they actually what they did it's totally off topic, but the teachers are now pissed because what they've made nationwide, and this I believe is under your boy Obama there, Barry. They made because it's going to be public knowledge where I don't know where it would go. Most likely on a website you would go on to. I don't think it's like a newspaper thing. But they've made it now where like teachers get graded on, it's like efficient, non-efficient, mediocre, like something like that. Like that's it. And it's hard to get efficient. It's something with like the grades, I forget, but there's like teachers that are pissed about it because you can't force a kid to do something. Yeah. Especially asshole kids these days.
Nowadays. Yeah, nowadays it's a lot different because parents... and there was a
parents
cartoon.
Coddle the kids too much, or on the kids' side, and not the teacher's side.
I've seen.
My mom's a teacher, and she's like, "It sucks."
Yeah, there's a cartoon where it says like the 1950s, and you see like a kid with bad grades, and like the first panel, they're yelling at the kid like, "What'd you do wrong?" Right. Then you see it says nowadays, and they're yelling at the teacher.
Yeah,
what
my
did
mom
you do wrong?
It's awful. She's like, "There's no support." And now they got this where it becomes public knowledge, and it's like, my mom's like, I have great students, but there's some, if I'm being based on them, like, what the F? Yeah. Because it, like, goes in a certain grade type thing, and then you get put in this category. It's a whole thing. And so I guess some are just pissed, because they're like, especially, like, special ed teachers, it's like, with special ed, you gotta go on, like, the progression of the student. So if a kid's getting a 20 on the test, and then later gets a 50, yeah, they improve, but I'm still an ineffective teacher by your grading standards. So it's like, sucks.
Yeah, wow.
So I guess and then that's gonna be public knowledge. So parents can now see who's the effective teacher. It's just more ammo for them to throw at the teachers. And I felt bad for my mom. She stresses out about it. She's like, it's just so bad. She got into it with the principal, and it's just, I guess there's been protests across the country. And it's like, come on.
Unfortunately, there is certain apathy with some teachers.
Right.
This is going to drive them further to be like, well, fuck it.
And it's making it, yeah, exactly. And it's making them, like, harder to tenure then with that. So it's like, my mom's like, it's not a good year to go into teaching. So if you know anyone, don't do it. Because it's just, it's so bad for him.
When I went to my high school reunion, 75% of the people that I knew were teachers. You know, like, I don't know. And more power to them because I could barely deal with my kid.
So the teacher, yeah, I know, right? So the teacher union is going to be like the porn union too. They're both dealing with something. Teachers and porn stars sometimes
playing a teacher in a porn.
I was going to say sometimes porn stars portray teacher there or whatever I was saying there. Porn stars portray teachers. Spank you with that ruler. Awesome. So there isn't much difference between the two, porn stars and teachers. Yeah. So we can all get along.
Freaking Obama.
Obama.
Making life. Well, I mean, yeah, it's... I don't know. Well, I don't know what the hell's going on in California because first they had like gay marriage and then they voted that out.
Right.
Now they're voting condoms into porn. It's like wow. It's like
no, we can't get anything now. We got condoms
talk
in
about
porn.
The liberal Hollywood agenda. Apparently, Hollywood doesn't represent the rest of the state.
Right. This is whatchamacallit. This is truly the end of the world when porn stars have to wear condoms. I'm just what's next?
The end of the world is right around the corner.
You guys, what are we doing? It's coming up soon.
When Gangnam Style hits 1 billion hits, that's
that's when you know it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
So the end of the world's coming. God bless. Good luck, everyone.
Now,
what you got?
Had I mentioned when I went to the Strong Museum?
You said you were going. You didn't. I haven't. Oh,
yeah, with Jesus. Yeah,
I know it's been 10 years.
That's been that long since we recorded.
How was it?
Up here in Rochester, there is a museum called the Strong Museum of Play. And it is a whole museum literally dedicated to toys and the history of toys.
Yeah, I think we talked on it before about dominoes and all that.
Yeah, they I guess officially have the Toy Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And 2012's inductees were dominoes and Star Wars figures. I went there being a huge Star Wars fan. Now, luckily
Chris, you are? You've never talked about Star Wars.
Oh, I love Star Wars.
You even talked about Star Wars porn.
Right, I was just talking about Star Wars porn. I had went, and I do have to say I was disappointed.
Really? I've never been.
It was, the upstairs is the quote-unquote Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And they were just little tiny displays.
Oh, okay.
It's like a upstairs. Now the Strong Museum, I do have to say, they have classic arcades.
Okay,
There's a whole, upstairs, there's a whole section dedicated to the history of video games.
Yeah. So was that cool at least?
And that was fucking awesome. I mean, just seeing old, like they had the old consoles and shit that I had, Commodore 64, and they actually
had... That's right in your era when, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, that was...
Like, I remember Nintendo.
It's weird to see stuff that I owned behind a glass case being treated as a relic.
It's like, wait, how old am I? It makes you feel real old.
And they actually had a whole arcade.
Cool.
Like a full-blown arcade.
Could you touch? Like, was it like
you could play.
Oh, so
it was
an old
because I guess when you go to a regular arcade, I mean, depending on where you go, if you go into Joe Blow's arcade, back in the day, they
Joe
didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, when you went to an arcade, it was out in the open. They didn't care. Kids kicked machines.
Right,
machines.
Yeah, it was like,
you know, now don't get me wrong, those machines were strong because they've made it to this day, but what they had there, now, of course, this is different. There's a museum, there's cameras, there's security.
There's no kicking.
There's no beating up in the machines, so.
You can play, but no beating.
Now, they had classic machines in there. I mean, like.
Pac-Man?
Tron, Pac-Man, Paperboy, I think, but then they even, you know, they kind of had like some of the modern stuff, like Cruisin' USA and stuff like that.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was
I remember
shit.
Cruisin' USA.
And you know,
like the girl in the bikini doing the flag. It was so cheesy.
So there's a full-fledged.
So that was
arcade.
a cool part.
So because nowadays there are no real arcades anymore.
Around, yeah, no.
There was the last one I remember going to as a kid was this place up in Westchester, north of New York City. It was a Nathan's Hot Dogs.
Okay.
But it had its own. It had a whole room.
Okay.
I mean, a whole room
for
of video
arcade.
games. But, like, up here in Rochester, I can't think of a place. Other than, like, Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. There used to be one, like, in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, years ago, I don't remember the last time I saw it.
But there's not, I mean, the Dave & Buster's in, like, Buffalo. There's
yeah,
not
it's
even
not
one in
even, like,
Rochester.
right here. But there was, like, an arcade there. That's the only, I mean, that was years ago when I remember it.
Yeah. So
yeah, other than that, Chuck E. Cheese would be like the only place.
So the Strong Museum of Play actually has a very,
cool.
very decent arcade, which I had went through first, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to go see the Star Wars exhibit.
This is the prequel.
And like I said, I'm friends with a guy on Facebook who like is a die-hard collector.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take pictures and
send them.
Email it to him. I only sent them 2 pictures because that's all I could.
Yeah.
It was 2 displays.
That was it?
2 displays. That's all it was. 2 displays.
Even I know that's whack.
And, okay, one display had stuff out of the box, which was, I guess, classic. But the other display is all shit like, they sent someone to Toys R Us and said, buy these toys. And, like, still in the packaging. Now, you could tell by the packaging, the older people who really die hard Star Wars fans, there was a certain style of packaging. There was, if they had some of the old classic, you know, it's called, you know, on the backing, it's a long story, but, you know, if
like
they had that,
the packaging,
that would have been, in my mind, okay.
Cool, yeah.
It literally, like, they sent someone down the street and go to Walmart.
That's stupid.
Buy some Star Wars figures.
Why even bother doing
yeah, I thought
a thing unless you have, like, legit, yeah.
I mean, they had, for Star Wars fans, the things called the AT-ATs, which looks like a dog.
It looks like it has 4 legs, but it's like a tank with legs.
Nice.
They had a couple things.
But, like, you know, I sent the guy both pictures, because he was excited.
And had
he driven all the way, I think he's like,
I want to say he's either Wisconsin or,
had he come all the way to Rochester for 2 fucking displays.
I'd be pissed about it.
Yeah, I would, you know. So I said, look, this is it. This is the end of the display. I mean, you know, so he posted on his page because he runs a whole Star Wars community, Star Wars fanboys and girls community on Facebook. And he was, you know, he didn't express any displeasure. He said thank you and he posted them and stuff like that, but that's it. But the museum, now the other entry for 2012 is Domino's. And I guess Domino's as a rule, but I never told the story. I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to meet my great-grandfather before he passed. Now, my great-grandfather, my mother's grandfather, was a very dark-skinned, 6 foot tall, over 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
And he had the biggest fucking hands in the world. He smoked cigars every day. So that's like, you know, for people like, clean living and all that. No, this guy, and I said it before like a joke, you don't really see too many old people. He made it past 100.
Wow. Smoking cigars every day too.
Dark skinned guy, big fucking hands. And I remember as a kid, because he came from Puerto Rico, as a kid playing dominoes with my great-grandfather.
And he could handle those dominoes must have looked so little.
He had everything in his hands.
Right.
You couldn't even see... Oh, you can't... Jesus Christ. You couldn't even see the, you know, he would I guess guys palm a basketball, he would palm his dominoes.
And you couldn't even see what's in his hands.
And, you know, when you mix up the dominoes in the beginning, his big freaking hands. So, I mean, that...
a little sentimental value.
That just popped in my head when I was thinking about the dominoes. I've played dominoes with my great-grandfather over... Well, when I saw him, he was 98, 99. But he made it past 100. But he played dominoes all the time.
Dominoes and cigars.
Because he comes from a time where that was your leisure, playing dominoes, and and he played it all the time. Every night it was
domino time.
A setup after dinner, clear the table, put up dominoes.
He didn't get sick of it.
Yeah, exactly. At 90-something years old, and he was a big cigar smoker. Like he literally kept. There was a box of cigars on the arm of the rest of the armchair.
Yeah.
And he just, one after another, chain smoked cigars. So I guess, something about cigars will, keep you living over 100.
Yeah. Cigars are good for you, folks. Smoke away.
Yeah, so,
Smoke away.
Fuck it. Why? And once again, I'll bring up the Mel Brooks interview that I was listening to the other day on the Nerdist. Why not shave the last couple of years off your life if you could die happy?
Yeah. Eat whatever you want.
Why be miserable?
Do as many drugs as you want.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, what is it, Sunshine? Oh my god.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No, it's a movie. Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, okay.
Little Miss Sunshine, the dad or the grandpa in that.
Oh yeah.
He's he's snorting heroin throughout the movie, and then he ends up dying. Spoiler alert! But the whole time they're like, "Dad, don't do that." And he's like, I'm old as it is. What does it matter? I'm gonna die anyways. And he was happy. He was doing his drugs, nice to the family. I mean, he was living life. And why not live like that?
I'm glad you said that. Watch me nerd this up. The guy who wrote the screenplay for Little Miss Sunshine, is the guy writing Star Wars Episode 7.
There you go. I don't even. I'm not even going to respond.
I had forgotten that until you just brought it up right now.
It always comes back. Full circle.
I can nerd it up.
Full
Little
circle.
Miss Sunshine is the official screenwriter. Kristen's rolling her eyes and yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah. I can't even dispute that because you might be wrong and I don't know. You might be making this up.
But I know you wouldn't
make that up.
I'm putting my nerd cred out there. To the best of my knowledge, the guy who did the screenplay for Little Miss Sunshine,
which is a great movie,
doing the screenplay for Star Wars Episode 7. The much anticipated Star Wars Episode 7. So, I'm sorry. I can always bring it back.
So it always goes back. Do you remember the 1960s TV series Batmobile?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a car, but... it doesn't look like a Batmobile nowadays.
It was a...
It
was a concept car.
Yeah.
That I think Chevy put out. What about it?
I don't know what kind of car it was, but it looked cool. But it's up for auction. It's never been up for sale. Chris, get your money together.
A friend of mine.
It looked cool.
I think it's because it's the original. Because there's a couple of.
It's never been up for auction or anything.
There are replicas out there that have been on sale, and the replicas. I think 2 or 3 of the replicas out there were quote unquote officially approved by the guy who created the original Batmobile.
Mm-hmm. It's a cool car. I would love it.
Oh my god!
And I don't know the behind stories of it, and I would love it. It looks cool.
Like in the movie Rockstar. Did you ever see the movie with Donnie Wahlberg or Mark Wahlberg? Rockstar?
It sounds so familiar. No.
Him and Jennifer Aniston and.
Yes, I think I've seen it on TV. Yeah, I think I have, but I can't recall it. I can picture Jen Aniston and Mark Wahlberg with his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was, it is a kind of retelling of the story of when Iron Maiden, needed a new singer. They had this guy, Tim the Ripper Owens, come in. And, he was a good singer. And before he was a singer in Iron Maiden, he was a lead singer in an Iron Maiden cover band.
Okay, yeah. It's all coming back to me. I can't think of what I saw.
It's basically retelling that story. I think in the movie, the name of it was Steel Dragon. I think was the name of the rock band. And,
I can just picture
Rockstar. And so...
And them picking him because he's in the cover band.
Yeah. In the movie, he's at the show. He goes to see them live, and he's singing along with the singer. And the singer was on his way out. And the singer who was putting no effort into it, Mark Wahlberg's character in this crowd, they could hear him just singing his ass off. So, I'm sorry, my daughter is trashing her. We got her, it was a gift.
She's very rock star right now.
She's trashing it.
Her piano.
So, in the movie Rockstar, being a rock star, he gets his money and he buys a Batmobile.
Okay.
So they have... they're out in the desert, and it's a Batmobile versus a Corvette, and he's racing them in the In the desert.
In the desert, yeah.
Yeah, like him, because he has so much money that now.
This is what I'm gonna get.
If I was,
it's like Justin Bieber.
If I was rich, if I had that money, I'd be at that auction. If I was famous,
I wonder how much it's gonna go for. Yeah.
Disposable income, I would.
Maybe Mark Wahlberg will go get
I'd be paying attention to this this auction hard time.
I wonder. Yeah, we'll see how much it goes for.
My dream is like if I do have money, I'll buy one of the replicas.
Yeah, I'll just take the replica.
I mean, don't be wrong. I would love the original, but. Because I believe the concept behind the Batmobile, the one in the 60s, was a concept car for one of the companies, one of the GMC companies. And the guy who was the prop guy for Batman, like they gave him a month. That show was like thrown together.
Here you go, here's a month.
Here's some money to buy the Batmobile. Because the original Batmobile from the comic books had a bat head. It looked like Batman's helmet.
Okay.
On the front of the car.
Okay.
It's so cheesy. Now, some people love that because it's classic. Like the Batmobile from the cartoon from that TV show was almost like blasphemy at first.
Yeah.
Like
people were.
It doesn't have the bat head on the front. But of course now
it's been morphed and changed and everybody loves it.
Yeah. Now that's the classic.
Yeah.
If you change it, that's and it was now this past Comic-Con They had every Batmobile.
Oh, cool.
Well, the one from the 60s, the ones from the Tim Burton movies and the Joel Schumacher movies, and even the modified tank that they had in the Chris Nolan movies.
Cool.
So they had all of it. So it was like a mini car show.
Right. I bet you there was security there, huh?
Oh, yeah. And it was like across the street from San Diego Comic-Con. And now, mind you, it's their own thing. They were associated with the Comic-Con, but...
It's a separate building. And
so I guess
their own car show.
People were like, hey, instead of waiting in line,
go over here.
I'm going to go look at the Batmobiles, and it was all of them. And of course, being on the internet, everyone took a million pictures, so I saw the pictures.
I don't need to go, I can see it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have killed to be there.
Can you touch them? Probably not.
I think they had them behind velvet ropes. Because it was exposed to the elements. It was outside, but I think they had velvet ropes around the cars. But, just to see them.
You get shot to touch them.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, they must have been real nice.
I would have loved to see it. I mean, and even like the Tim Burton Batmobile, and in the movie Batman, and not in the Joel Schumacher one, the first one, he goes, it's the car, chicks dig the car. Remember, I think I asked you before, does a car matter? If I pull
sometimes
up
it does. Sometimes if you have a Batmobile, that matters. I mean, that's unique.
Yeah. And let's just take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, listeners. This is Chris from Two Strangers, One Podcast, but I'd like to announce that we are now part of Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. LIVINLAME Podcast Entertainment. Along with Two Strangers, One Podcast, there are a bunch of brand new shows to choose from. There's The Breakdown with Filthy Phil, Shane O'Mac, and Cord bringing you the latest news in the music world. Join Joe and Carrie Fox in the Fox Den for your fix of astrology, numerology, and nature. Get your movie and television news with the Real Chat Podcast. And the big daddy that started it all, Livin' Lane. So check out the Facebook for information on new episodes and updates at www.facebook.com/Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. You can leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-n-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we now return to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
And we're back.
And we're back.
So we're talking about Batmobile. I want a Batmobile.
If
I have money,
we'll get you one, Chris. John Travolta is back in the news for something ridiculous. Nothing illegal. No.
Oh, okay.
Just something. Is it true? Is it not? Mm-hmm. Apparently, he was in China and he was practicing faith healing through Scientology. Okay. And I guess a friend of his at that time was in a car accident and broke his ankle, so he was always in constant pain. Mm-hmm. So what does good old John do? He does. It's called Scientology Assist, so I'm guessing it involves touching and healing. And I guess during that time when he was touching it and healing it, the pain was soothed, and the friend no longer has pain in his ankle. Because of John Travolta. That's the story. That's the story that he is telling. That he healed his friend's ankle with his Scientology Assist.
Let's analyze this for a second. One,
I don't know.
There is mind over matter.
Right.
I mean, I will never detract from if a person thinks they're healed. Like, people who are religious in their beliefs. Stop putting stuff. My wife keeps putting stuff in my coffee. There are people, I guess, if you believe hard enough, your body can heal. It could also be if you believe hard enough, you don't feel the pain.
You've convinced
yourself. The problem is still there. I mean, there is also just, this could be a coordinated effort.
For Scientology healing hands.
For Scientology. It could be fake. Or it could be
that John Travolta really does have healing hands. It could be that.
He played an angel.
There we go. There you go. Michael.
Michael, yeah.
Michael.
So you think
he is the real life Michael. Stop hating on him, people.
What's going on over here? I healed your ankle. All you got to do is believe over here. Wow. So
proud of you, Johnny.
John Travolta,
Danny Zuko, and his healing hands.
Or maybe it's like,
what can't he do?
Or the friend, like the friend is still in pain.
The friend, yeah, and it's just like, get your fucking hands off me.
When your famous friend is John Travolta, you don't want to upset him.
And it's like, oh yeah, it feels real good. Let me take this oxycodone.
Look at me go. Ow!
Yeah. Feels better.
I'm totally healed over here.
Yeah. Can you get your hands off me, John? It's healed.
Like the person's there straining and struggling and like in so much pain, but they don't want to upset
They're like,
John Travolta.
Yeah, John, you did a great job. Thank you. So that's that. If you have a broken bone, if you have cancer, go see John Travolta. He will heal you. He will Scientology assist you. That's gonna be like another service he's gonna have. Like, if you need to be healed, just contact me. Thanks.
That's
the healing hands of John Travolta. Thank you.
Now, I've been growing my hair for like a while, and I've been growing my beard for like the past 8 months. Should I just cut it?
Do a little trim.
I know I've been looking like a mountain man. Like my mother, I go to see my mom. My mom's like, "What the hell's wrong with you? Why do you have that long beard?" And I was thinking about my hair. And my mom's like, "You should get a haircut too." And I'm like, "Mom, I'm just gonna shave."
Mom sounds like a real nag. No, the typical
I said, "Mom, I'm gonna shave my head," which I have in the past. I mean, it's not a
uncommon thing.
Because I am balding. I don't know if I should just shave my head all
Grow a pony.
Grow a pony?
Don't.
Oh,
get a pony. Are you a...
So I should trim the goatee.
Yeah, do like a trim.
Should I shave my head?
Just neaten it up, that's all.
Even it up?
Shave your head.
Yeah, this is like... It's... I mean, you know, I'm busy enough with it. Like, it's like women repellent. Like, I love ladies, but I know I look like a fucking psycho.
Some girls dig that.
Yeah.
That bare look.
I was, you know... I was looking for like a girl that like you know.
How's that worked out? How's it worked out for you?
Sons of Anarchy. You know, yeah. I look like a biker. I think, you know. I'm a biker without a bike.
And that's that. I'm a smoker without the cigarettes. Are you a fan of Boy Meets World?
I am, and I've heard a rumor.
It's going to be Girl Meets World. It's going to be Topanga and Corey's daughter.
Oh, okay.
And so
I just heard it was going to be their kid. I didn't know it was Girl Meets World.
It's supposed to be Girl Meets World, and I don't know the name of the kid or who's playing, but as far as I know, the main people are making an appearance. I don't know if they're on like the whole series or what. Like Corey, Topanga.
They're not going to be regulars on it?
I don't know if it's regular or what.
Parents.
Yeah, so I'm sure they're going to be regulars, but the friend there, Sean, I don't know if he's on every episode, but he's going to make an appearance.
I think the whole gist was... It was that kid with the teacher, with Mr. Feeney.
Yeah. Who then went to college with them, remember?
Yeah, that's, I mean, honestly, and he passed away, Mr. Feeney, the actor that
played
him.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure Mr. Feeney is, because he was also...
He's got to be 100.
He was also the voice of...
Here we go, I know you're going to go, because I know that he's...
I mean,
not Darth Vader, the car.
Knight Rider.
Yeah, Knight Rider.
Knight Rider, Darth
Vader. It always comes back to that.
Yeah, so... To me, the whole dynamic of that show was
Mr. Feeney
and
he was the neighbor.
Corey. I mean, he was a neighbor, he was a teacher, he was the principal, and he always seemed to end up with the kid. Now, I'm not even trying to make like that pedophile joke.
If you think now.
But to me, that was the whole dynamic of the show.
So I don't know. That's all I've heard on it. It's just it's the daughter. What the whole premise is beyond me.
I mean, I know people are like, it's sacrilege, you know, how don't bring it back, but
everything is sacrilegious. You do
Mr.
anything.
Feeney was still alive,
right?
I would understand the show. You can't have a show without.
Now it's just their kid running around.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're going to have their own like Mrs. Feeney or Feeney's son.
Yeah, now Feeney's son, see,
or something like that.
Little
you know,
Feeney.
But then again, he never had a kid.
When did he have a kid?
Yeah. Some long lost. He had a kid. He had a kid in England.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And he escaped and came to the United States and left that little bastard.
He had to collect his dad's money. He had to come to the States.
The ashes.
Yeah, wow. Joe Jackson had a stroke. He's one who I thought was dead.
It's Michael's dad, right?
Yeah, Papa Joe. I mean, I thought he was dead. I was like, oh, he's still around. I mean, I don't know. Go have your stroke. I don't know what to do with you anymore. Yeah. They're always in the news every week, that family.
Yeah, that whole family's, you know, I'm one of those. Recently what I had done is my daughter has her crib, and she's now reached that age where I could take the wall off the crib.
The wall, so yeah.
So what I did was...
Like her lounge area.
And also it was a gift that you heard a while back. I put the keyboard right in her crib. I'm like...
You are Papa Joe Jackson.
I'm raising a star here. I want her to learn music.
Starts whipping you, girl.
Nah, well, that's one thing I probably can't do now. But,
here we go.
I'm like,
Papa Joe Jackson over here, folks.
I put the keyboard right in her crib so she could play it. So
soon he's just going to get the headset with the microphone attached. I'm just going to put that right on your ears.
Daddy doesn't want to work, so if Daddy's career can't take off,
start learning numbers. You're going to be an accountant as well.
You know,
get her a calculator.
Tickets to the audition for the Mickey Mouse Club, and I'll be.
Is that still around? Or did that die off with the...
That's interesting. I don't think so, because I don't
recall it nowadays. Like,
yeah, there's no modern day... Well, fuck it, we're bringing it back.
Yeah, we're bringing it back.
If they brought it back from the 50s to now, we're going to bring it back again.
We're bringing it back. Little Britney Spears.
But, like, right now, Disney is trying to appeal to...
nerdies.
They're looking for...
Or that action.
This doesn't sound right. They're looking for young boys.
There we go.
Because with the Disney and its reputation and its family-friendly movies and the princesses, it has girls. It has...
they got that all taken care of.
And they see the money that young... It doesn't sound like the money that young boys bring in, but I mean
like a scout leader.
Like Marvel Comics, all the young nerds and boys who want action and stuff like that. And
they want action.
Sounds
Those boys want action.
You know what I mean.
You're ruining it. You're ruining Disney credibility here.
They're trying to get the demographic of...
What is it? Young boys.
Young boys. And young boys like Marvel Comics, young boys like Star Wars.
Also older boys, too, I guess you could say.
Disney, get in the van.
That's their motto.
Get in the van, ha-ha!
Or would you like some candy?
Hey, I lost my puppy. You want to help me find my puppy? Ha-ha!
God, that's so awful.
So, I'm a friend of your mom, ha-ha!
Here we go.
That's so horrible. The point is that there's a lot of money to be made boys. In the demographic for young boys. It just sounds horrible, but I'm trying to say... So that's why they bought Marvel. That's why they bought DC.
They're pimping out the little boys.
So where the hell? I don't know where I'm going with that.
I don't know either, Chris. You tell me. SeaWorld. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I went there.
I unfortunately never had the pleasure. Shamu.
Yeah.
Even though there was like 10 Shamus, like
yeah,
I was never the original Shamu.
Or
did you see the original?
I'm pretty sure I'm old enough where I saw the original Shamu.
So you've seen the original. I never went there, but a dream of mine. And I talked about with my friends is to swim with the dolphins. And we're going to go on a trip, sometimes in the spring. And I said, I'm swimming with the dolphins at a place that's that.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, whatever. Now today, we literally talked about this yesterday with my friends. Mm-hmm. Today I read at SeaWorld.
Uh-oh.
An 8-year-old girl was bit by a dolphin in the arm and then dragged her into the water. She lived, and it was just a quick drag, and she was fine. But... it was the little bitch's fault. She was excited, and she lifted a small plate of food in the air out of excitement, and then the dolphin got a little upset.
She's a kid overexcited. You call her a bitch?
It's her fault. But now I'm a little questioning if I want to go swim with the dolphins. Am I going to get bit and dragged? I am not the best swimmer. I do not need to be floundering in the water, being dragged around by this damn dolphin. And they're like sexual animals as well, I've heard.
I've
like
heard,
them and humans have like pleasure through sex.
Yeah.
So my luck, I'd be the one that I'm not only getting bit, now I'm getting like gang raped by Flipper. And then my dreams of all this is just, I have like post-traumatic stress after.
You can't look at a fish
I can't get pregnant, like it's a whole thing.
Finding Nemo, you start having...
I can't do anything with fish, and it's just... So I'm upset. I'm upset that I talked about this yesterday, and today that's in the news. I'm like, that's just telling me something.
You cursed that poor...
I cursed it myself. Maybe I'm the curse.
And there was... I know recently, in the past couple of years, there was a trainer killed by a killer whale at one of the shows.
Yes, I'm not dealing with whales. I don't trust them.
I'm trying to remember the comedian's name. He had a whole bit about it. But it's the truth. First and foremost, the animal's name is a killer whale.
Right. It's right in the name.
Getting that killer whale, the name killer whale didn't come because, it's a friendly...
It's like killer sharks as well.
Yeah,
or
a killer whale, it's jumping, forcing it to jump out of the water. Because all these things...
And it's like a ton.
And they reward them with
a sardine.
Fish and stuff like that. That's not their natural habitat. They don't generally jump out of the water for food. So he I forgot the comedian. I think it's Bill Burr. I could be wrong. He has a whole bit about you deserve to die. Right. You starve this animal into coming to
into having to jump
for its food. That maybe you should for all of whale kind you should be dragged into the ground and she was killed in front of a whole audience.
I know, isn't that all? See, again, that whole audience, they probably could have sued for post-traumatic.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, there was a whole bit. Now, when I was a kid, the big thing was just about getting splashed.
Right, everybody, woo!
And that was, it's kind of like when you see Gallagher and...
Smash the watermelon.
Like, you want to be in the first, 2 rows so you can get hit with watermelon. And I remember getting splashed. Because they even said, even before the show started, warning you will get wet. And there was that Chris Farley bit on Saturday Night Live. There was one with Chris Farley where he's sitting, or he's supposedly going to watch Shamu, and he keeps getting splashed.
And he freaks out. Shit. Yeah, and they just keep dumping water. The water just keeps going at him.
Huge tons of water on him. And it was, that was a funny bit, and it reminds me of, but when I was a kid, Shamu was a thing. I had a stuffed Shamu growing up.
You know what was... They had the, pool toy of Shamu,
yeah.
But those were the worst. You couldn't get on it. My neighbor got one for their pool, and we're, trying to get on it, and it's just, you're not balanced, and then it just falls off, and I was like, well, this is stupid. I'm all excited for this big raft, and it's like, oh, fuck you, Shamu. You're all pissed.
Yeah, I had good memories of Shamu growing up, so...
Yeah, and then,
I said, I'm pretty sure I saw the original one. I remember when they made the big deal, it was after the trip where, Shamu had a kid, they... they had...
Shamu had a baby.
It was, the first killer whale born in captivity, or something like that.
Know.
There was a big...
I didn't follow.
When I was... I guess maybe because I'm older than you. When Shamu... maybe it wasn't even Shamu, but there was
Shamu flirting with?
There was a baby killer whale born in captivity.
Sounds so awful.
And it does. But it is fascinating to see, because obviously
now you got to raise this baby in captivity.
Since they're mammals, born fully, comes right out of the womb.
Right.
Other fish come out of eggs.
Right.
And it's swimming seconds after it's born. It doesn't it sinks or anything like that.
It just sinks.
So you just see
move your fin, baby, move your fin.
And it's the instincts, and it was very interesting when I was a kid. It was fascinating to see this thing, and and then it comes out and swims.
Did they name it Shamu or?
I think what the deal was, it was 50 Shamus. Like I said, I'm pretty sure
there's been
I saw the original one because that was early 80s.
That was when it first started to come out. Mm-hmm. I don't know where the hell I saw it. Who the hell knows what I watched? But I saw a seahorse. Have you ever seen a seahorse give
when
baby?
They give birth?
Oh!
A million of them.
There's 1 million of them just shooting out, and it's just kind of fluttering around. And then when they showed them having sex before, and they're just kind of attached. It's
and it's the male that carries the baby.
Yeah, it's all backwards, but man, just all them shooting out. I'm like, oh, what is going on?
It looks like he's busting a nut. In the
and it's this is supposed to be happening, right? Okay, that's normal. Ugh. But just when they're just like attached and just kind of floating around, I'm like, what? Is anybody feeling anything? Like, anybody smiling? What's going on? And then it's just like, now the male has the eggs. Then they all just shoot out. I'm like, Yeah,
I've seen the video
creatures are a little different.
Sharks, when they're in eggs, but I think like they're still inside the mother.
Okay.
Like they're in eggs. Now, while they're still inside the mother, some of them will hatch from the eggs.
Okay. And then what? Eat the other eggs?
And eat the other eggs.
See, that's
Sharks kill each other in the womb.
See, they're born a killer.
They're born
killing their brothers. They don't have a heart.
Yeah. So that's why, like...
That's crazy.
Sharks have all these extra eggs, but
most of them
most of
them get eaten by the fat brother that got born first.
Yeah. So that's
how long are they chilling in there before they come out?
Your first kill is your brother and sister.
Well, what have you done? Well, I've killed my brother, killed my sister.
I forgot, but I remember seeing it. It was like
that's crazy.
National Geographic, and they had like this little
How
camera
big are
inside. They're for all intents and purposes sharks, but they're like an inch or two long. They're like tiny, and they're eating each other as eggs. And that's a natural, normal thing. It's just kill your brothers and sisters. Like, I'm just making up numbers, but like, it'll start out as 8, and like 2 will actually come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they just the other 6 didn't make it.
Is that like hamsters too? Have you ever heard of? Like,
I've seen the mother
where they're just like eat the babies.
They eat the babies.
Like what is going on there?
They reject the babies. Like something happens.
You're that hungry? Like what happens?
It's part of their nature. They just eat because I think
there's just so many rodents that they just gotta control the population. Just
one of the rules are you don't touch the babies.
I thought there was
the mothers will smell it,
right? I
don't
thought
like it, reject it, and then they'll kill it and eat it.
I thought there was a wives' tale. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Because
like they don't want you to touch ducks or something. They don't want the kid to go touch the ducks.
Oh well, maybe they were going to eat the kid anyway, and so maybe they just associated with touching them that their kids will eat it. So like maybe I don't know. I was always under the assumption maybe. So
I remember growing up, and then I thought I heard
you don't
it was
touch
like
the
a wives' tale.
because
is that the right term? Wives' tale?
Old wives' tale.
Wives' tale, yeah, because they don't want you dicking around with the animals.
Oh, maybe I thought it was just the mom smells you,
smells your stankiness,
rejects the kid, and then now since it doesn't accept it as its baby, it could just totally eat it and
do it and saute it. Ugh.
Come here, Raven.
Gonna eat some babies tonight.
And let me see what else. Are you familiar at all with a band called Mindless Self-Indulgence?
No.
And I might have played them on one of the intros I made for this show before. They are doing something very, very smart. Now the music is ridiculous. I love Mindless Self-Indulgence, but their music is ridiculous. It's you know.
What's it like?
It's kind of it uses a techno beat, and the main singer, his name is like Jimmy Urine.
Sounds about right.
And they do have a great live show, but the music is mostly technical.
Okay.
Like it's all
Jimmy Piss
all produced in their it could all be
Jimmy
produced on a laptop.
Yeah.
And so right now what they're doing is they put out a Kickstarter for their latest album.
Okay.
And, they're trying to raise, I forgot how much money they're trying to raise, but if you're a Mindless Self-Indulgence fan, check it out on Kickstarter. But it makes sense because you can get the album for $1.
Okay.
Donating just $1 to the album. And if you think about it, nowadays everybody downloads, not everybody, but I mean a good portion, the whole record industry is now in the tubes because people download their music.
Mm-hmm.
At least if you paid $1 for it,
yeah,
they're still getting something. And and the Kickstarter, that money's going directly to them and nothing to the publishing and all this shit. So what a smart idea. Just for a
Not only do they have great names, but they have great minds.
Yeah. And the band is called Mindless Self-Indulgence.
There you go.
And
Jimmy Feces.
What a great idea. Like at least,
you're getting something back.
50,000 people are going to download it. Might as well get $50,000.
Should we do that, Chris? Download our episode.
Charge
$1.
Charge $1
on Kickstarter. We're not doing that for you people who don't want to.
We're going to start a Kickstarter for
we'll try and do something.
Because my laptop is just so beat up, and now I can't even get updates now on this thing.
Because it's so outdated, sort of thing.
Tech people out there, I have a 10.5.8 That's the operating system. And I can't. And now I'm really fucked because I can't even update my Java. Before it was I couldn't update my Flash, my Adobe Flash. Now I can't even update Java because they're worried about all the security. And I'm like, they won't. It literally says, and I'm going to put that on a Kickstarter that I can't even update this computer anymore. And it's like, oh, we don't want security leaks or whatever.
Such bullshit. I mean, it's just a money scheme just to go and get the latest. I mean, it's smart on their end business-wise, but it's dick.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like you're screwing over your customer. Like, now I gotta go spend more money.
And it's not like you could go against Adobe or go against the people who make
Java.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
So you're forced to
get the latest.
Comply. And now, like, this laptop, for all intents and purposes, is pretty much useless. Mm-hmm. You know, when it comes to anything.
Your shit is useless, Chris.
I'm trying to, because I have my cell phone, and long story short, I have to reset my cell phone. Now, I literally have over 1,000 pictures on my phone because I'm a goofy dad and I take pictures of my daughter.
Of course.
And I'm trying to get it on the computer. And it's not as simple as just plugging in the USB
and transferring it,
And my older Android phones, it was that simple. And now it's like, so I'm trying to get the stuff off my computer. And if I wanted to download them one at a time, I can do that. Yeah. And I guess that's the one caveat where they go, well, if you want to do it one at a time, then just do it one at a time. If those pictures mean so much to you. Mm-hmm. But, I can't even update the Java because it's like if you want to download more than multiple pictures requires Java, and then it says you need Java. Then I try to download Java, and it's like your computer we do not support 10.5.8 or whatever. So I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at all these companies for not. This is a 4-year-old laptop. Mm-hmm. It's not like I have a 10-year-old laptop. You would think something from 4 years ago would be a little I don't know. I'm
4 years is old in, I guess, the Mac world.
Yeah. So, I have to... Basically, I'm going to go to my roommate's computer and say, look, could I borrow your computer so I can back up so I don't lose pictures of my daughter, please? Mm-hmm. And so, it's... But, I shouldn't have to go to other people.
Right.
I fucking
should
update
be able
my
to
computer.
use your computer.
It's like, we don't want security problems. Look, give me the update, and if there's a security problem,
I'll
it's not my fault.
I'll be worried about the security problems.
Yeah, so...
Dick faces.
I got a new chair!
Chris got a new chair.
It looks like my old chair,
yep.
But nicer.
Chris got a new chair, folks.
I have this, it's called the Impact X Rocker. Looks like,
sounds sexy. The X Rocker.
It's called a gaming chair. A lot of people know it. It sits on the floor, but you can plug in speakers into it and your iPod and other things.
It's pretty badass.
My older one, I had the nicer one as the old one, which I actually wrote both my books on, sitting on that chair. And now I have this one, and this one's good, but it's not as loud. It doesn't have the bass bottom, and the bass was literally under your butt.
Vibrate your taint.
I'm pretty sure women probably like that. Listening to
just always listening to music.
Always listen to dubstep.
I can't stop. I don't like the sound of it.
You pooped?
A baby pooped.
I'll help you. I'll clean you up.
I'll help you.
Yeah. Clean your own shit, baby. Let me see. Just real quick. Speaking of Kickstarter. Look up Awaken Destruction for you D&D role-playing game fans. It's a great concept where each of the cards are going to have a serial number. You could go online. You can't just buy your way to the top like it does like with Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or any of those other
it's a legit
card
game.
games. I've spoken about it in past episodes, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but check out Awaken Destruction on Kickstarter. It's a great idea. It's a great concept, and they're trying to raise money, but they're only trying to raise $80,000. When you really think about keeping servers updated and stuff like that, it's actually going to cost a lot more than $80,000. But oh boy, my daughter did poop. I could smell it from here. So let me see what else. I'm trying to think of anything else. What I have on my notes.
Oh, I ran out of topics.
So we went to go see. Mike and Ming. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I bought a poster. I mean, I got all the autographs on it and 2 bumper stickers, and I got charged $27. I don't know if I should have. Anyone who's a fan of Comic Men, I don't know if I should have negotiated because Walt Flanagan, the main negotiator, was the guy that rang me up. And I said, look, we're on the show. I shouldn't complain or whatever, $27. I don't know if I could have talked him down. It's just a poster and 2 bumper stickers.
Wow.
But it does have, I have Walt's signature, Mike's signature, and Ming's signature on the poster, which I gotta go to like Walmart and get myself a cheap frame to put it up on the wall.
Yeah.
That's about it. I don't know. I've been on meds. I think my meds are screwing me up.
I've been on meds.
I've been
Let's
on
just
meds.
end it with that.
I mentioned it before. I think if people
You know what? I've been on meds.
If you think I'm stuttering and saying and ah, and
it's the meds, folks.
It's the meds. I think it's slowing down my cognitive abilities. Once again, thank you for thank you for all the new people.
Yes,
the people
we love
who found
it.
us from Mike and Ming, and we've been getting a lot of great positive feedback. And I love doing this show, and it's certainly putting you're putting fuel in the tank for this show, and I really appreciate it. I don't know what else. I'm like
do your plugs.
A stuttering prick. I'm sorry for being such a
Do your cognitive plugs.
I don't know why I have a fat guy with his pigeon-toed fat girlfriend. I don't know why I have that in my notes.
Not sure what that means. Not sure. I'm not sure what you saw or dreamt.
I don't know. It's these guys. There is a big thing right now against like fake geek girls, like girls who are pretending to be geek friendly just because. And I am against that. But like the guys who are, I don't know.
You got that, Chris? You got that? We're gonna have to do some editing on the end here.
Cops, stop giving out tickets. I mean, I have friends that are cops, but stop giving out cops. Stop giving out tickets, cops.
The states need money, so they're going to give out tickets.
There's plenty of
Especially
crime.
in New York.
There's plenty of crime for you to go get. Don't give me a ticket while I'm on the highway. I didn't get one, but I was just... Because now there's that big rule of not using your phone on the road. And like I was
That's
driving
been a rule.
I mean, it's been a rule.
That's not new.
I listen to podcasts in the car. And, and I'm driving at night, and I'm worried about the light shining in my car.
Yeah, I'm blowing up your spot.
My daughter has her own Android phone that she plays with, and I was on the road driving back from New York City, middle of the night, and there was a car behind me for a minute.
When you thought it was.
And my daughter was watching the phone in her baby seat in the back, and then the car eventually passed me, and it was a SUV, a police SUV. Yeah. And I was wondering if they were staying there for a minute, making sure where that light was coming from, and it was coming from the back seat. So that's kind of like I guess cops are doing their job.
It's a buzzkill.
I after that, I'm like, I have to be careful of what I'm using because technically you're not supposed to be using that in the car. But if you are going to listen to podcasts in the car, we certainly hope you listen to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
It's worth the ticket.
Yeah, I mean... If you're stuck in a commute and you got those assholes in front of you who don't want to fucking move and they're the whole reason there's traffic, there's no reason there should be traffic except these people are too scared to move and you're staring at a sea of red lights. Come and laugh with us. Come listen to Two Strangers, One Podcast. And, I don't know how you came across this show. If this is you're newly exposed to us from Mike and Ming, or if I spammed you on Facebook. So here we go. Please visit twostrangersonePodcast.com where you can find links to everything related to the show. First and foremost, there's our eBay page where I'm selling comic books, heavy metal, video games. Even if it's something you don't like, anything you purchase, the money will go to support the show. I've been without Wi-Fi and using my phone as a hotspot recently, so that's definitely bringing up my bill. So purchase something. Even if you don't want it, purchase it, throw it out. All the money goes to support the show. I'm selling... comic books, heavy metal, video games, DVDs about video games, DVDs about heavy metal. Pretty soon I'm probably going to start selling tools and all types of crazy stuff. I've sold crazy stuff already in the past, breast pumps and stuff like that.
Penis pumps.
So, it's a unique spread. All the money goes to support the show. If you would like, you could also purchase my book, Double Jackpot, at www.doublejackpot.us, or you can just follow the links on twostrangersonePodcast.com to my book. $15 for a soft cover, $5 for a PDF that you could read on your computer. And I think the newer readers, the Kindle Fires and stuff like that, you could read PDFs on them also. Or if you have an Android phone, you could just download the Adobe Reader, because apparently Android phones can get Adobe, but my freaking 4-year-old laptop can't. But I'm not bitter.
Not at all, no.
You can. Oh my God, it smells like poop in here. You can.
Wasn't me. Not it.
You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/twostrangersonePodcast. Takes 2 seconds to like us. Takes 2 seconds to favorite us and show us and share us with your friends. If there's a particular episode you like, and if there's it would be great if you could just tell people, hey, check this out. There's a great party going on over here, and I want to. And if you are listening to the show and you haven't liked us on Facebook, shame on you.
Shame.
And the more activity we have on the page, the more, because right now, unfortunately, only 20% of the audience actually gets every update. So the more activity there is on the page, the more people get the updates. If you want to download episodes of Two Strangers, One Podcast, even if you have a cheapy MP3 player, you can go to download the episodes off of twostrangersonepodcast.com, where you can find every single episode. Listen to your iPod. I would love to know the fact that people are listening to us while they're at work when they should be working. They're listening to us. I think that would be awesome. If you have an iPhone, iPad, iPod,
anything
iPad Mini, all those wonderful iDevices, you can download iTunes, or if it didn't already come pre-installed on your computer, download the episodes. Once again, you can go back and download every single episode. Go back to the beginning. We have well over 2 days worth of 2 full days. If you got hopped up on cocaine and coffee and stood up for 2 days, you can listen to, it would be more than 2 days to listen to everything. Well, I'm just saying, if you're tweaking and you have nothing else better to do, you can listen to Two Strangers, One Podcast. We have well over 2 days worth of material, because this is going to be episode, I don't know, like 66 or 68 or something, I don't know. And if you have an Android device, you can download the Stitcher app, STITCHER. If you favorite us, it'll update you on all the new episodes as soon as they come out. And every podcast that's worth listening to, Mark Maron, Adam Carolla, and my favorites, Kevin Smith and Chris Hardwick at The Nerdist, and Kevin Smith's Smodcast, with our co-host, the people who hosted us, Mike and Ming, and their Smod Coast Morning Show, and I Sell Comics, and Tell 'em Steve Dave, and the Secret Stash companion podcast. They're all available on Stitcher, along with our West Coast friends, Livin Lame, Livin Lame. You can find them in all their shows, The Breakdown, Fox Den, Real Chat, Livin Lame, The Big Daddy that started all Livin Lame. They're all available on Stitcher. Stitcher's a great app. Every time I had to deal with them, it's been wonderful. Cool people. They're on top of their game, and they put out a really good product. It's what I use when I drive back and forth from Rochester to New York. It's a lot of, I'm there 6 hours on the road. I like to listen to podcasts. So, we certainly hope that you enjoyed listening to the show and had as much fun as we had recording it. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Don't be a stranger.
See ya.
Bye!
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled Colon.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia is spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea, man.
Is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin, that's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne right now.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.